Morning. How's everybody doing? I hope you guys are doing well. What's up? What's up? Thanks, Karen, for jumping in the room. Listen, guys, do us a favor very quickly. Share this out. We are tired. Last night was a long night.
Yes.
We had a good time. We had a good time
with some great friends. It was a really great event put on by Celebration Church Columbia.
Yep.
It was their...
It's called Endless Love.
Endless Love.
It's an annual thing that they do. It's for marriages. And one of the things I love about it, Gwen, thanks for jumping in the room. I love how, as a church, Celebration is a champion of marriages. And it's not just words, guys. It's what they do. They are actively involved in the lives of their couples, married couples, and doing whatever they do. They have a class that they teach. As a matter of fact, it's on Tuesday nights, the same night that we do Marriages and Parenting Successfully, our relationship academy. But they have people that come in the room physically. It's not a virtual room.
Right.
It's amazing how they just add value. It's like 8 weeks training and different things, and it helps people before they say I do get ready. It's sort of like a premarital class. So we're sitting here overlooking a lake on in the Sheraton Hotel. It's a nice little change from our normal in studio, in the house type of deal. But the sun is coming in, and so it may change a little bit. Our lighting isn't as controlled as it normally is. But for those of you all who don't know us, my name's Glenn P. Brooks Jr. I'm an author. I'm a speaker. I'm a coach. Right now, I'm trying to dodge the light so that you can see me. Maybe I should take my hat off. I don't know. Lighten up some of this chocolate. And this right here is my lovely wife,
Cherie Brooks Jr., author, speaker, relationship, and life balance coach. And it's great to be with you guys this morning. As Glenn said, we're a little tired because we had a great time last night, but it's good to be with you guys. And just as to let you guys know, I know we have promoted that Robbie and Robin were going to be able to be with us this morning, but unfortunately they got a speaking engagement.
Yeah.
And the timing just did not work out.
It just didn't work out.
And
so it's all love.
They send their love.
They absolutely send their love. As a matter of fact, we jumped on Facebook Live last night, Robbie and I and Bob Washington, and we chopped it up. It was really cool. Elisa, thanks for joining us. Appreciate you. You guys do me a favor, heart it up, like it up. If we sound okay, if we're looking okay, I know it's a little crazy with the light, it's natural light coming in.
Thank you, Nikki.
But I appreciate it. Nikki says you guys look great. Thank you very much. That means we can move on. Guys, this morning, I want to talk to you guys a little bit about the idea, Cherie, of the benefits that come with parenting on purpose. Mm-hmm. And when I talk about parenting on purpose, guys, let me help you all understand. I don't think that there are many things in life that come at such a great degree of difficulty without instructions. Right. Meaning that typically the greater the difficulty, the more the training, the greater the risk, the greater, you don't just invest in stocks without getting trained, because the risk of you losing your money is significant.
Right. But you don't get to get behind the wheel of a deadly weapon, which is a car. Right. Without having some formal training, being able to get a license to do that. But you're able to become a parent of another living, breathing thing. Human being.
and you don't have to have any training for it.
There's nothing. You don't have to go through any process. You just get pregnant, have a baby,
and boom, you're a parent. And here's the crazy thing. The crazy thing is that there's no place to really go for it. So there's no degree. There's no higher education. There's no certification program. I have a master's degree in parenting. I'm a PhD in parenting. That doesn't happen. Right. So hey, what's up, Imani? Good to see you guys. And do me a favor again. We're gonna just dump some information on you guys here in a second. Not trying to ignore you, but share this out, guys. Like it up. We'll talk and open this up a little bit for Q&A in a minute. But I do want you guys to understand right off the break. Again, this is Breakfast with the Brookses, but right off the break, what I want you guys to understand is that it is humanly possible for you to grow your skill sets in such a way that it benefits everybody that you're connected to. And unfortunately, Cherie, we don't find enough settings that allow us to get into a room where we can learn that. And so what we have decided, because we're a blended family, I was married for 12 years prior to Cherie, and Cherie was married twice before me. The truth of the matter is that we have learned on the job, and we've gotten our tails handed to us. And so as a result, that we've learned a tremendous amount.
Right. And I think that one thing that as parents, even as blended parents, we both came together with very different views on parenting.
Yep.
And we had to come to a baseline to be able to effectively parent our kids together.
Absolutely. Before we go into today's content, a couple of quick clarifications I want to add. At 9 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time, in about 45 minutes or so, we're going to do a live training. It's an online live training specifically geared towards parenting. Every month, Cherie and I are committed to showing up in a live room where you get to come face to face with us in a room. It's on the internet, obviously it's online, but you can ask questions, you can get engaged, you can bring up your specific scenarios, and we take an hour of our time to be able to do that. We yesterday had someone call us and say, hey, I want to offer 10 sponsorships. So they decided to pay for 10 people to come in free of charge to that room so that they could get this information. For those of you all who did not get a chance to take advantage of that, I'm so sorry, but those sponsorships are gone. But if you do want to take advantage of it, it's only $20.18. We are committed in the year 2018. We're calling it the year of personal development. And so our goal is to show up and to offer specific training. And it's a little bit different than what we do here on Lives, because you get to A, see us, we get to see you physically, and then B, you get to ask us very specific questions, because after the 35, 40 minutes of training, we're going to do a solid 20 minutes of Q&A to be able to add, so that you can literally engage us and try and help figure out how do we help you get over the hump. So I noticed Winston just jumped in the line. He said, is this the live today being said? No, not this particular one, Winston. The one that you're talking about is the one at 9 o'clock.
Right.
So,
and if you registered for that, whether you won one of the sponsorships or you had already pre-registered, check your email, because you would have gotten an email with access to that particular training. That's not going to be here on Facebook Live.
Right.
It's actually in a closed room.
It's a closed room, and there's a link that you need. If you want to be a part of that and you're willing to spend $20.18 to do that, put in the chat, thumbs up, I want in, put your email address in the chat, and we will quickly turn that around and get that out to you today, that link this morning.
No, they have to go and register. Remember, we don't have any more sponsorships.
No, I just got finished saying that. In other words, don't they still send us? We don't need. Okay, we don't need the link there. Okay, well, where can they register, babe? CRCoach.com.
Go to CRCoach.com.
Okay, awesome. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not the information guy.
Go to the CRCoach.com if you still want to join us in that room and you haven't already registered, or if you weren't one of the lucky ones to win the sponsorship, you can still. There's still time to register. Go to crcoach.com. You'll see the link. Go ahead and register, and you'll get an email sent to you with the login information once you've registered.
Okay, so now that we talked about that, no worries. Okay, so Nikki understands that. I appreciate that, guys. Real quickly, we're going to get out of the way in a second. Cherie, I want to talk a little bit about the benefits of parenting on purpose. And when I talk about parenting on purpose, I'm talking about showing up with intentionality. Right. And I think that oftentimes, because we don't know what to do, there's no intention behind it. And so I just want to encourage you guys that if you don't get to the place to where you have an intentional outcome for your children's lives, what happens is that anything goes or anything happens. Let me give you a clear example. So most of you all know for a fact that should time keep progressing, your child will reach the tender age of 16 and they'll be old enough to drive, right? Maybe they're 5 right now. Maybe they are 8 right now. Maybe they are 12 right now. Here's what I'm going to promise you. You are not thinking about 16.
Right.
You're not actively thinking about what do we do when they get 16. Let me give you a quick example. What we didn't know was when our daughter turned 16, someone was watching how she was really handling her business in school, and they felt led to bless her with a car. I want to say that again. There were some friends of ours that we were friends with who knew our daughter, saw how hard she was working in school, and they asked us, would it be okay if we give her a car? Now, she had just turned 16. We were thinking, whoa, that's a cool idea. The answer was yes.
Right, but we hadn't prepared.
But we had not prepared for what it would look like to not only give our daughter a car, before she even had her license, really.
Right, right.
So what we learned was, Cherie, was that we felt as parents, socially, she still had some growing to do.
Right.
And so she literally got put off for being able to drive this car for almost a year until she grew and socially kind of caught up to the responsibility of having a car and having her license.
Right,
Does that make sense?
Because we hadn't started preparing her for that responsibility prior to that day,
right,
till when they turn 16. And so, technically it's at 15 and 9 months.
Right.
They can get their learner's permit, but we had not prepared her. It's like we knew it was coming and she was talking about it, but we're not dealing with that. We had not prepared her. And when I say prepared her, started, number one, the thing you have is a lot of things. We'll use the whole license thing as the example. There are a lot of things that come along with your child getting a license. It's them having a certain level of responsibility because they have to be responsible in order for them to drive this vehicle. It's one thing to have the skill to drive, but if they don't have the responsibility,
or the maturity.
Right, if they don't have the maturity and aren't responsible enough to drive, then you can have the skill all day long. There are 5-year-olds that can drive tractors in the country,
right,
with their pop, but that doesn't mean they're mature enough to get on the road or to transport other people in their vehicle, or mature enough to say, I'm going here and come back when I say I'm coming back.
Absolutely.
And so we hadn't prepared her in some of those areas. And so that's why we were like, okay, you're not ready yet. And so at that point in time, we had to start then putting things in place. And when I say putting things in place, it started allowing her, giving her more responsibility to see how she handled it.
Now, what was crazy, y'all, because we had not prepared for this, y'all know what happened, don't you? She was angry.
Right.
She was bothered with us. Wait a minute, I got a car. I can't drive. I mean, y'all are controlling, and this is crazy. Like, it was a thing.
Right.
And the challenge is that we had something come on us that we did not mentally prepare for, that we knew eventually would happen. So why am I saying all this? When we talk about parenting on purpose or parenting with intentionality, one of the benefits is that it creates an environment where people will want to grow with you. So your kids a lot of times resist what it is that you're saying to them. The kids many times will resist what it is that you're trying to instruct them on. No, absolutely. They'll wall up and they'll say, "No, I'm not doing it. I'm not." And at each age, it looks a little different, right?
Right.
Well, the challenge is that because we did not prepare our kids for the next stage before they got to the next stage, we had to learn the hard way that this is what you want to do. So consequently, when our son, who's 8 years younger, came through, there were a lot of things that we already were able to forecast and say, you know what, we're going to train him now. I remember when we got him a cell phone, we got him a cell phone that did not have internet access.
Right, because we knew.
Because we already knew he wasn't prepared for that challenge. And a lot of parents struggle. Should I get him a phone? Should I not get him a phone? Get him a phone. They don't have to have internet.
Yes, they actually have plans you can get without internet access.
Get them a phone. They don't have to have the ability to text.
At 5, they don't need Wi-Fi on their.
Why would you need all the world's information coming knocking at their door? I don't think they need a phone at 5. But the point, y'all get the point. So what I want you guys to do is to really become passionate about forecasting, thinking ahead about what you know is going to happen.
Right, and if you think about it, it's like any venture that you go into, there are certain stages of that venture. And if you look at your children, you know at a certain age, like at 5, they're going to be starting kindergarten. And so when they're 2, you want to start working with them, teaching them their colors, teaching them their alphabets, teaching them their name, their address. You start doing things before they get to that age.
Right.
Before they turn a preteen at 12, there are certain things that you can be doing to prepare them for that, especially if you have a female. There are certain conversations you definitely need to have with your daughter prior to her going into puberty. And so it's just being proactive in being prepared for those different phases. Now, there are some things that are going to happen that you're not going to be prepared for because that's just life. But there are certain phases in your child's life that you can be prepared for. And one of the things that's a pet peeve for me is your child gets to high school and you wait. There are parents, I'm not going to say you.
Right. We're not talking about you. We're talking about the ones that's not listening to us right now.
There are parents that will wait until their child is in the 11th or 12th grade to start talking about college.
Right.
Start trying to figure out what their children are going to do after they graduate high school. A child is not thinking about that. That's the parent's responsibility. You should be having those conversations in middle school.
Right. 6th, 7th grade.
Child, helping them kind of narrowing what is it that they want to do.
Yeah.
Yes, it may change every year. It may change every 6 months. But getting their mind thinking about that so that you can start preparing them. The one thing that we did do right with Shantae is we started having those conversations at that age. You know, by the time she got to high school, she was going on college tours in the 9th grade.
Right.
You know,
absolutely.
So she was getting prepared,
absolutely,
getting her mind ready for that next phase of life.
One of the things, and guys, we're going to get ready to get out of here. I just want to let you guys know that if you are just jumping on, I'm Glenn P. Brooks Jr., author, speaker, coach. This is my wife, Cherie A. Brooks Jr. I want you guys to be Junior. I want you guys to be encouraged that at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time this morning, we're going to give you guys 3 habits of highly effective parents. And these are some specific things that I have watched and I have narrowed down, and I'm watching parents and I'm saying, when parents are super effective, they all have these traits. If you want to know what that is, if you want to know how to apply them to your life, if you want to be involved in that particular room, you need to go to www.thecrcoach.com and register right now for that room, because we're going to give you an opportunity to come in. We'll get a chance to see your face. You'll see our face. And you will be able to ask specific questions relative to what your kids are going through. And we're going to give you some practical tips. I'll give you a practical tip right now. I never will forget when Shantae came to us and said, I want to go to the University of Miami. Now, you have to understand, we live in Maryland at the time.
And she's gone to small private schools all her life. And
she is a social butterfly, right? So what she doesn't understand when she asks that question is, first of all, where is that place? And I researched enough to know it's on the beach. And the truth of the matter is I envisioned my daughter at a school on
the beach
with her social butterfly self. And I said to myself, oh my God, what's getting ready to happen is she's going to flunk out of school. She's going to be smoking underneath of a bridge.
Oh,
and I'm going to have to come rescue her from some cult somewhere or whatever. And this is just crazy. So what we did is that we came up with a plan right then and there and began outlining what she wanted to do and where those schools were located.
Right.
By the time she was in 11th grade, she had visited 16 colleges. Mm-hmm. Let that sit for a second. She had visited, and we took her to probably 90% of those, 16 different universities.
Right.
Now, what that meant is it created opportunity for her to have a choice.
Right.
We didn't have the money to send her to near one of them. She wanted to go to places like Bucknell University that cost at that time $30,000 a semester or something crazy. Carnegie Mellon, these kinds of really, really high and expensive schools. But here's what we did realize. We did enough research and realized that kids don't win scholarships because they're smart. Kids win scholarships because they're first. And those are the kind of strategies and things that we'll talk about today, not necessarily relative to college, but relative to putting strategies in place, thinking in a certain way, challenging how you process information. And I always push on parents that you are the leader.
Right.
And if you go first, they will follow.
Right.
Wherever you're going, that's where they're going.
Right. You can't sit around and wait for your child to tell you what they want to do or where they want to go.
You can't do that. So I just wanted to let you guys know that, today she has 2 masters. She's in a PhD program.
And she's helping me with my class.
And she's helping Cherie with her statistics class. So the truth of the matter is that we learn very quickly, and I'll just add this full disclosure. Neither one of us have degrees. You have one. I'm so sorry. I'll take that back. Cherie has an associate's. She's getting ready to get her bachelor's a few classes away, but I have not 1 credit hour of a degree. I don't have 1 credit hour. Listen to me. But we realized that there was a way for us to strategically navigate our kids into a place where they could win.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. Elisa, my daughter's graduated from University of Tampa, May 5th. You all are absolutely correct. Thumbs up. No, you feeling me. You feeling me, Elisa. So I want people to understand that these things don't just happen because you want them to. They happen because you made them happen, because you strategically walked them through that process. So those are some of the benefits of parenting on purpose. We wanted to talk a little bit about that this morning. I hope that many of you guys decide that you're going to join us a little bit later on this morning in the room. I want you to go to thecrcoach.com, www. What's up, Lisa? Good to see you. Crcoach.com. Go to that link. find where it's asking you to sign up for this particular training. So 2018 personal development training. So that's what you want to look for.
You sign up for the one for February.
And then at that particular point,
you'll get a link, an email with the link to log into the room, and we will see you guys at 9. Absolutely, guys. We're going to run. We're going to get out of here. We're going to get prepared for that room. What I do want to do, if you are encouraged by any of the things that you're hearing us talk about, and you want to join our relationship academy, it's called MAPS. You can again go to thecrcoach.com. You can find out more information about that. We also got a special on membership for that too that you'll find on the website. And for those of you all who are in the DC, Maryland, Virginia area, I'm going to be teaching at Celebration Church 8, 10, and 12 noon tomorrow. We would love to see your face in the place. I'd love you to come up to the table and hug our neck. Let us know that you are in the building. 6080 Forland Garth, Columbia, Maryland is where that's located. If you want to find out more information about that church, the address, any information about all that kind of stuff, go to wininlife.com. My good friend Robbie Davis is the pastor there. He and his wife, Robin, we love those guys. We're having a good time here today. Later on today, we're going to go to a workshop to get enriched ourselves because we don't teach stuff that we don't learn. Does that make sense? Or that we're not doing. Yeah, we're not going to take you on a journey of personal development and we're not personally developing, if that makes any sense. So we're here really to add value to ourselves. But the truth of the matter is that we're going to get it all done at the same time. Again, crcoach.com. Hope to see you guys in the room at 9 a.m. this morning. And if not, maybe we'll see you on Sunday. Hopefully we'll see you on Sunday. At the end of the day, guys, here's what we always say. #, we all need some help. We'll talk to you guys soon.